Good afternoon. My name is Freddy Giovanni Camargo, and today we will talk about a topic that in recent years has transformed societies and refers to genetic engineering, which thought technologies modifies or alter genetics components of different organisms, such as bacteria, foods, plants, animals, and even people. However, it is a topic that currently present controversy. We will discuss these topics based on 6 questions or situations that allow us to give personal points of view and arcs with scientific aspects. First, we will define concepts that are essential to understand today's topics.
Genetic engineering consists of manipulating and directly transferring the genes of one organism to those of another, in other words, mixing the genetic information of different living beings to solve problems or defects in one of them. DNA, also known as the code of life, is the material that contains the hereditary information in humans and almost all other organisms. The information in DNA is stored as a code composed of adenine, guanine, cytosine, and thymine.
Reheats are unique in the world thanks to the fact that they have a red hair color, and also according to current estimating in the world, there are 1 or 2% of mankind progressing. The Reheats hen, which is a small number of people. According to research, red hair is due to the genetic mutation in the MC1R gen. However, it is not a said that is not only the result of this reserve gen, but of the complex interaction of at least 8 genes. I have never heard of anyone being deceived for having red hair, because it is a genetic composition as mentioned inherited from the parents. In my opinion, that is a type of discrimination that affects a child's self-esteem and personality development. On the other hand, I consider that if the child's father does not have no child and you do, there is a small chance that your child will not be born with red hair, or you can avoid it, these physical characteristics by modifying his genes through technologies. Also, honestly, I will not use gen modification, as red hair colors is beautiful and distinctive, and that process is best used to avoid hereditary disease. It's a very complicated situation. It is difficult to decide to have one child to save another, but at the same time both will suffer. I understand that the only way to make sure that your next child is a suitable match for a bone marrow transplant for your daughter is through human-assisted reproduction, known as designer in vitro fertilization, so that a child is born in perfect condition to be a donor. And this case is like to the one scene in the movie The Hardest Decision. Girl with leukemia, who for years life thinks of her sister. Personally, I feel that in this case there is not much ethical conflict in the application of genetic engineering because it is wanting to choose specific traits and quite another to prevent disease and to avoid to deal of a human being. Thanks to the study and modification of the genetic code is possible for healthy by a healthy baby to be born without disease and even without mutation, and this process is at the same time modified over generation. However, it must also be considered that this produce requires high levels of technology, so it is expensive to perform. In the other words, it is understood that rich people are those who can afford it. That parents want to predict traits of a baby according to their taste, such as psychological characteristics, height or eye color, take that even intelligence levels. I consider to be attempts to improve the human species, which has never been perfect and cannot be perfect naturally. I'm not aware if there are any case about determining the intelligence of a baby. According to what I have investigated, if this possibly through DNA modification, but not case is registered. Honestly, it is something very crazy. In this case, naturally, this is not possible, so I through the use of the technologies, technological advance in the field of medicine and science. In my opinion, using genetic engineering to modify genes and select the sex of the baby must have some effects they might be discovered and will be known after the child is born and grows up. I believe that I'm making the decision to have a child. It is better to hope for a boy or a girl born in healthy condition and love it. I think so. If we want a child with younger person, this is not genetic. I believe that is education and moral ethics. All this from home. It's more important because from a very young age, you can teach with a good example of person at home. Being a king person cannot be genetically modified. This dependent on their parents and their example as follow.